In a world where technology and environmental challenges are reshaping our future, Southeast Asia is taking bold steps to lead the way. But here's where it gets controversial. While some nations are investing in space technology, others are doubling down on environmental conservation. And not everyone agrees on the priorities. Let's dive into the latest developments that are sparking both hope and debate across the region. Indonesia's dual focus. Satellites and blue carbon reserves. Indonesia is making headlines with its ambitious plans. On one hand, the country has launched a new satellite to expand internet access, a move that promises to bridge the digital divide in remote areas. But that's not all. The Ministry of Marine Affairs and Fisheries is designating 17 strategic locations as blue carbon reserves, a groundbreaking effort to combat climate change by protecting marine ecosystems. And this is the part most people miss. These reserves could become a model for global conservation. But they also raise questions about how to balance economic growth with environmental protection. ASEAN's Security Evolution, a task force for regional stability. ASEAN is stepping up its game with a new task force aimed at enhancing regional security. While it's not a carbon copy of NATO, this initiative is designed to foster collective discussions and joint actions against shared threats. But here's the controversial angle. Some critics argue that this could lead to militarization, while others see it as a necessary step toward unity. What do you think? Is ASEAN's approach the right way to address regional challenges? Thailand's cultural and economic push. Thailand is making waves both culturally and economically. The Famous Power exhibition at Expo 2025 Osaka has already attracted over 16,000 visitors, showcasing the country's rich heritage. Meanwhile, the Tourism Authority of Thailand is targeting India's lucrative wedding market to boost tourism. But here's the twist. These efforts are praised for their innovation. Some worry they might overshadow more pressing domestic issues. Is Thailand striking the right balance? Singapore's call for dialogue and restraint. Singapore's Deputy Prime Minister has proposed a series of measures to strengthen Asia's regional mechanisms, emphasizing the need for open dialogue and restraint in times of conflict. This comes amid global tensions that threaten stability. The controversial question here: can diplomacy truly prevent clashes, or are stronger measures needed? Share your thoughts in the comments. Indonesia's food self-sufficiency drive. Indonesia is taking a firm stand on food security by limiting rice imports to specialty dining needs and banning corn and table sugar imports in 2025. The goal? To achieve self-sufficiency through pro-farmer policies. But here's the debate. While this move supports local agriculture, it could also lead to higher prices for consumers. Is this a fair trade-off? Thailand's weather modification leadership. Thailand has claimed the top spot globally in weather modification, expanding its royal rainmaking program to combat drought and support agriculture. The controversial interpretation. While this technology is hailed as a game changer, some environmentalists argue it could disrupt natural weather patterns. What's your take on this innovation? Natural disasters and emergency responses. Indonesia recently declared a state of emergency in Bali after severe flooding killed at least 15 people and displaced thousands. This tragedy highlights the region's vulnerability to natural disasters, which are exacerbated by climate change. The question that lingers: are current emergency response systems enough, or do we need a complete overhaul? ASEAN's fight against transnational crime. ASEAN has adopted a 10-year action plan to combat transnational crime with a focus on leveraging generative AI and data sharing. Malaysia, in particular, is urging the bloc to harness these technologies to stay ahead of criminals. But here's the counterpoint. While AI offers powerful tools, it also raises concerns about privacy and surveillance. Where do you draw the line? Economic stimulus and consumer spending. Thailand is reviving its co-payment scheme and extending a reduced 7% VAT rate to spur consumer spending. These measures aim to boost the economy, but the controversial aspect is whether such short-term solutions are sustainable in the long run. What's your opinion on these economic strategies? Biotechnology and ethical innovation. ASEAN is pushing for responsible innovation in biotechnology, with guidelines emphasizing ethical principles like respect for human dignity and sustainability. The thought-provoking question: can we truly balance scientific progress with ethical considerations? Or are some lines better left uncrossed? Border cooperation and regional solidarity. Cambodia and Thailand have made positive strides in their border committee meeting, setting concrete measures to implement a ceasefire agreement. This reflects ASEAN's broader commitment to solidarity and defense cooperation. But here's the debate. While cooperation is essential, how can member states ensure that agreements are effectively enforced? As Southeast Asia navigates these complex challenges and opportunities, one thing is clear: the region is at a crossroads. From technological advancements to environmental conservation, every decision has far-reaching implications. We want to hear from you. Which of these initiatives do you think will have the biggest impact? And which ones need more scrutiny? Let's start a conversation in the comments below.